So I've been sitting here for a while trying to think of a really cool intro to come up with for Kingdoms Reborn, but I realized that the title screen is actually doing my job for me. It's just beautiful. It's stunning. And seriously, I just think this is how one should do a title screen. It's just such a warm, welcoming, beautiful melody in the background and gorgeous visuals to look at. But we're not going to spend our time staring at the title screen. We're actually going to build a world. And we are going to reborn our kingdom. Now, recently there was an update for both Norseman and for Shogunate, which is basically, Nordic theme stuff and then Japanese theme stuff as well. So we are definitely going to do Shogunate. We've kind of got our little character and everything set up already. We've got a little doge, which is obviously, fitting. Our dab doge as well. We're going to do Shogunate. And we found a map seed called Forest Sea Walrus, and I have no idea what the freak that means, but we're going to do it anyway. Our difficulty is going to be normal, pretty standard stuff. AI plays, we're going to do 4. But we are going to make them peaceful for reasons unknown. No, we're going to do, I think we're still going to do high mountain densities. And we've got our temperature. Everything's kind of going to be sort of, I want to say standard, right? Pretty normal, pretty default. The only thing that's not really default is the map seed. And we are going to start. Cool. So like I said, we're going to do Shogunate. We wanted to do Vikings, but Vikings is a little more brutal than I expected. It's rough. It is rough. So the Great Freeze has left civilization in ruin. Few were strong enough to withstand the cold and the plague that claimed the earth. Decades have passed since the frost took our lands, and our courage and hope have returned with the melting of the ice. It falls to us, we surviving few, to rebuild a flourishing civilization. Cheers to the new beginning. So we've got tutorials here, camera control, mouse wheel to zoom, Q keys, these pretty standard stuff. Then we've got to choose a starting location. Now we've got a civilization over here already, over here, and over here, and then I think probably over on this side. Yeah, over here. Cool. So we want to choose a location that's pretty central. We want to choose a location that's got a decent amount of resources all around it. One resource that might be good to have something from the outset is a lot of trees, and we want to have a lot of farming land, right? So this might not be a bad idea. There's a little area here where we can start off with. This crate just has a bunch of resources, which is actually super helpful. So we can start off on this little area here. It's got access to a trade port. We've got access to farming land. We've got a coal area on both sides. We can also maybe do this little area here, which already has suitability for tulip farming. And again, not too far to get to coal. The only problematic thing might be is that there's not a whole lot of trees. Now, the problem with the trees that we have to keep in mind is that the trees are what's going to allow us to build early on. So having access to a lot of trees is super helpful. So I am pretty happy with this. And we're going to start off here. Pretty generalized initial resources as well, which is really helpful. We're going to confirm we've unlocked the bridge. Let's build our town hall. Again, as you might imagine, our town hall is going to be pretty... We actually should have taken this location, but that's fine. That's not a problem, right? We can just build it on the edge there. Cool. So choose a starting card. Now, these cards are how you progress, basically. It's kind of like a card-based city builder. It's a very cool concept, very interesting, and can take some time to get used to. But basically what we have is we have a rice breeder, which allows for rice farming within a radius. We have a trading port, and we have investment. We're going to do the rice breeder because this is going to help us increase our food production. And also we can use that as a unique resource to trade in. So we've got a biome bonus as well, which is improved farming, or we've got improved charcoal making. Because food is always a problem I find with these games, especially early on, we're going to do that. And yes, we're going to have a tutorial. So we need to build a food producer. And obviously people require food to stay alive. If you hadn't guessed that by now, well then I'm afraid that, you know, maybe we need to have a larger discussion at that. What is great about this that I really enjoy is you can pause. I love being able to pause a game. It's super helpful because I'm like, Kingdoms Reborn is not a game I want to stress about. I already have enough stress with the inventory management. I want to just be able to enjoy, think through my decisions, and also just place a lot of stuff down and get stuff done in one go. So cool, we need to build a food producer. So we're going to click the card stack at the bottom right of the screen. We need to choose a food producer building, which we kind of already have, is the rice breeder, but that's fine. And we need to move our mouse to the desired location, then left click to place the building. So here we've got a fishing lodge, a mushroom farm, and a fruit gatherer. Fruit gatherers are really helpful. As you can see, there's a couple of orange trees. There's an orange tree. There's a tree. A couple of orange trees in the area immediately, so we can go ahead and gather that. Super helpful. Fishing lodge is also quite helpful as well for creating food. And then the mushroom farm, we won't buy right now, but it can be super helpful later on. So that is something we need to just keep in mind and be cognizant of. Then forestry, also super helpful, but we'll get to that in a moment. So let's submit that. We've bought our first card, and the selections will automatically refresh every round, which is over here. This is our timer, and it's next to the card stack, and we have 2 rounds per season. So that's super cool as well. Great job, you've bought your first card. Card selections automatically refresh every round, and the timer is shown next to the card stack. Cool. No problem. So fishing lodge, we can put down here. We've got the efficiency at 96 if we move it over on this side. Okay. Not the greatest, but I mean 88%. 98. Yeah, 98 is pretty good. That's pretty good. That's cool. Now what we need to do is they will build the fishing lodge using the resources we currently have. We'll probably need to build yeah, we will most likely need to build houses for everyone as well. Obviously, there's just a random bear. Just a random bear just floating on through my stuff. Great. Fantastic. So obviously everything requires wood to build. We need to generate wood, which is definitely something we're gonna have to worry about. But as you can see, the laborers will haul resources, gather trees and stone. The trees will increase our wood. So as our fishing lodge gets built, which let's speed up over here. Yeah, cool. Now we've got our fishing lodge sorted, and with that it will carry on producing fish, which is going to be helpful. Now what we want is we want them to get wood, right? We need them to gather wood because, again, early resource that they need, that we all need to kind of do its thing. What is this? Hotkey, speed boost. Okay, not too worried about that right now. Right. Cool. What do we got here? Improved fishing tools. 38 stone tools, 15% productivity plus. I think we're okay for now. Manually adjust the number of laborers. If unchecked, laborers will be signed after all building jobs are already filled. If checked, laborers will be assigned. Okay, so that's cool. Let's do laborers for now. We'll get them to gather trees. Hopefully that should okay, cool. I do believe that, see it, and then it clicks all again. I'm not sure why it does that, but it's fine. So we have a whole bunch of laborers. The laborers are going to gather mark 10 trees. Sorry. Wood from trees can be used for construction or as fuel. To mark trees for citizens to gather, click the gather button on the bottom left menu. What is this? Gather. Cool. Move your mouse to the desired location, then left click drag to mark the dragged area for citizens to gather. Okay, so we want to gather. So all those little green dots are fruit trees as well, but we're not going to worry about that for now. Cool, then we got claiming territory. So expanding territory by claiming regions. So to claim a region, we've got to click on the region adjacent to the territory's border. On the open description UI, click the claim land button. Cool, so we've got this area here. We can claim this because we can get into some grape farming and some stone harvesting. That's fantastic. We've got the claimed territory. Now we need to build 5 houses. And I've received grape breeder from exploring the province, which is over here. Again, super cool. So they will collect the trees and stuff, which is fine. That's not a problem. We could have also gathered from this section. We could have claimed this territory, but we will get to that when we can. We have all of 19 coin. This might have been a bad area to get so early on, but it's fine. We're here now, right? Fantastic. What do we got going on here? We need money. You know, I know we need money. Thank you. Okay, now we're just having a look here. Cool. We need to build houses. You'll see the green areas, the green sort of highlighted areas is the appeal. Now the appeal is going to be helpful for managing this icon over here, which is happiness. So currently, obviously, because no one has housing, the happiness is quite low. So once we've managed that, but depending on where the housing is also going to make a difference. So we can sort of start off right here in front of the town. Sorry, the town hall. Yep. We can also stretch it out this side, which is not maybe a bad idea, actually. Yeah, so we're going to do there. Let's do there. And then you'll see in the center is where the road will be for the houses, which is that little yellow stripe over there as well. So we can start off with that. Pretty close to the town center. We don't need anything more, anything less. That will be helpful again. Then we can unmark the laborers because the building will then happen automatically, which is quite cool because this manages itself, which is really nice. I enjoy that. And another thing we can do, as you can see, is we can queue buildings and we can queue things. So if we wanted a rice breeder and we just didn't have enough resources, we could still, you know, lay it down. And once the resources come in, we can then, yeah, we can then kind of, sorry, once the resources come in, they will automatically then build the building that you've queued up. So we've queued up the grape breeder. We've unlocked the research. This is our tech tree. Now, this is basically where everything kind of progresses, as with most of these city builders, colonisms, whatever you want to call them. Very similar to Astro Colony as well. So we've got our tech tree and we start off in the Dark Age, we go through to the Middle Age, we go through to the Enlightenment Age, we go through to Industrial, and this will be pretty basic across all of our, whichever sort of, what's the word, what is the word they use? I can't remember, but whether you choose the Norseman, the Shogun, whatever, it'll be pretty similar across, right? So the only difference is what will change is obviously the aesthetics of the buildings, but also as far as I know, it will also change. Like, for example, we get a ramen shop kind of specific to the shogunate, right? We've got coffee roasters as well. So there's some stuff that is pretty standard, but there's some stuff that's also pretty unique to each different, you know, a period or whatever you want to call them. I can't remember the name offhand. So one thing we do want to build is a trading post. That will be quite helpful because that would allow us to trade almost at any time, whereas now at some point there will be a trader that comes in to deal with us. So now we need to build a charcoal burner. We need to survive winter by providing heating fuel for citizens. We can also use trees as fuel, but the problem is, as you can see here, because you have a large plot of farmland and most of the trees here, there's not going to be a whole lot for burning for wood. So we need to buy a charcoal burner from the card stack, but we can't because we don't have money, which is over here. You can see here is our income, which is 39.2, and mostly from the houses. So cool. What we can do is we can build, as we build more houses, as we attract more people, our income will grow. Our income will also grow if we sell off various items and do certain bits of trading and stuff like that as well. So there were a whole bunch of resources, but I think the resources were destroyed when you put down the town hall. Shit. No matter. Okay, so we cannot build a charcoal burner just yet. Right now we have food, and that's fine. We have the grape breeder, sorry, that is currently being built. Now, what we can also build is we can build dirt roads. So let's do that. And cool. So that dirt road will also then be built so that the breeder can then have workers and start actually creating products and stuff like that. So cool. Cool. And I think for now, that's all we can really do. We just have to wait until we get a bit more funds. We can abandon our civilization, which obviously we don't want to do. Okay. We've received cabbage seeds. No idea. From where? From who? Why? Here we go. Wandering traders have arrived. They wish to buy any goods you might have. So let's trade. All right. Here, we can pause. We've got a bunch of stone tools, which we can use, which are currently being used yearly. We're not producing anymore. And stone as well. But for now, I mean, medicine is a very big, is a very big income generator. The best income generators are usually produced goods, things like stone tools that you use raw materials to then create tools or medicine or whatever the case is. Produced goods are usually always more valuable. And then we also have things like fish, which is currently feeding us, but at the same token, we can actually use the fish. We can sell off any excess we might have. You can see here our current yearly consumption is 84 and our production is 138, so we will have surplus. But I mean, we can trade, you know what, we can trade some stone tools. Let's whoa. No, let's we don't want to do that. I just want to go up by 10. Shift click. That's what I'm doing. Shift clicking. Okay. Yeah. So let's sell like 30. Right. Purely because then we get some resources back. We can sell some stone. We can sell some medicine. Maybe we can sell 10 medicine. Cool. And we can sell some fish. Right. So we do trade. Great. Now the town is a bit more cash positive. Fantastic. Once the grape business has boomed and we can start creating more grapes, we can then also use that to sell off, right? Which is really helpful. So let's I'm trying to remember what all we actually needed to do for that, which we will get to. Okay, build a charcoal burner. So let's do that. Fruit gatherer, pig ranch. Fruit gathering is super helpful as well. It's a very passive way of generating food, so that's actually going to be helpful as well. Let's submit that. We want the charcoal burner. Yeah, for now I think that should be fine. Okay, cool. Hunting lodge. Okay, fruit gatherer, I think we have 2 of those, so we can lose 1. Yep. So the nice thing is if we sell a card, if we buy multiple cards or duplicate cards that we don't need, we can sell them off, which is really helpful. So as you can see here, the problem is that we will need to claim the territory. But the nice part is that we do have a fruit tree count. So this will be sort of how much trees and whatever we can. The only problem is that a lot of those trees are within the neighboring border. So that's a problem. Hunting lodge. As you can see, there's a couple of wild animals running around. The hunting lodge we can add in over here. As we... Oh, that's a lot in the ocean though, to be honest. Maybe over here? Sort of like a central You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? The nice thing is, as we buy up these territories, which we can't do just yet. The nice thing is that once we buy these territories, we can have access to all of this, all of the resources that are on these plots as well, which is cool. All right, dirt road. Let's go head on over to the hunting lodge. It's fantastic. Like that. We've got cabbage seeds, unlocked cabbage, so we can switch my farm's work mode to grow cabbage as well. And we've unlocked the farm even, so that's fantastic. We've got a coal burner. We don't have a lot of wood, which is unfortunate. Another thing with a coal burner as well is something you have to keep in mind is that if you bring it close to the housing, it will make people unhappy, right? So the happiness level determines also how fast and how attractive your civilization is, which means more people. So super easy to understand that, which is cool. We can kind of bring it over here by the hunting lodge. It's not really in the way of people. That's cool. The only problem is that the nearest coal deposit is on this side, which is not great. I mean, we can go this way. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's a better idea. Yeah, because here is the coal deposit here, as you can see. But the problem is, to get to the coal deposit, we need to go through mines and all that stuff. It's a lot. It is a lot. So, okay. We need a charcoal burner. Do we even have coal? No, I don't think we do. So it's very interesting that they've asked us to create this so early. Grape stuff. So let's go to tutorial. I just want to go to, okay, food. That's fine. Assigning jobs, leadership, leader skill. Interesting. Research, money, surviving winter. Can turn wood into coal. Actually, I did forget about that. So the charcoal maker, we can use wood to turn into coal to burn, which is fine. To build a farm, you need to acquire a seed card. Farmers plant crops in spring and harvest in autumn. So this is the great breeder. But the problem is that we still need to, I think, acquire grapes, right? So actually, maybe we should demolish this. Actually, no, keep it here for now. That's fine. It's not like a deal breaker or anything. So it allows rice farming within a radius. Is that because we have the okay. Sure. And the problem is that that's not the greatest. So maybe what we do is let's demolish that. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Farm. Cool. So we want to build a farm. Let's build a farm out maybe that way. Seems reasonable. For now. Cool. So that's going to be our farm land. Right. We still need a boatload of wood, actually, to kind of make this all happen. So what we want to do is we want to gather, you know what, we want to gather, I guess, all of this. Yeah, gather everything that we possibly can right now. It's not the greatest. It's not the ideal. But, you know, the nice thing is as well, what we can also do is once we unlock forestry and start getting into forestry, we can, the nice thing about forestry is that we can replant trees, right? So, as you can see, our wood and everything is low or finished at the moment, but it is being gathered. It's being gathered. And it's winter, so we're all probably gonna die. Please don't die. He's just like, it's okay. It's okay. I promise you. You'll be fine. You guys will be fine. Just wear warm clothes. Okay. Unlocked priority button. Click to switch buildings priority between 3 states. Default worker allocation, prioritize working here, and don't allow working here. So we've got a charcoal burner. With charcoal burner producing coal, your citizens are now prepared for winter. Grading the town hall can unlock more gameplay elements. Click the town hall to bring up its focus UI, and then click the upgrade town hall button to focus that thing. It's not a lot of cash that we actually have. Do we really... upgrade town hall. Okay, well, that's fine. Choose another biome bonus. So we got improved tool making or brewing. So the nice thing is that we got 30% productivity for beer, vodka, wine, tequila, mead, and sake. Then we have productivity of stone tools, workshop, and the blacksmith. We'll do brewing purely because the thing with brewing is that, again, we can use this to generate income, right? So our town hall is now level 2, so we have military unit training, and we can buy wood and steel, as in theft. Cool. Click train units button above town hall to bring up the training UI. Upgrading the town hall researching technology rather, and upgrading houses are ways you progress through the game and unlock new gameplay elements. Okay, cool. Yep, got it. So I'm just trying to... I mean, food are pretty good. Not really. Production is not the greatest. What is this? Coconuts. Oh, fair enough. What is happening to all the wood? I don't... yeah, please do that. Because we're producing a boatload, but I'm not seeing any in storage. And we really need wood. Okay. Yeah. Everyone's kind of freezing. So that's fine because... yeah, we can... I mean, we can, but no, I don't think it's necessary right now. It's not a problem. We're gathering wood again. Problem is the farm needs to be built. So... I'm not sure if... okay, population... so year 0 summary. So that's also what's really cool about this. Every year, at the end of a year, you get a summary, right? So we got a population increase of 2. We had 2 births. Interesting. No one died or left. So, great. Fantastic. Increased science production 12. Science production increase plus 12. Cool. Cool. So we got a little increase in revenue and technology production. So what do we want? I want to just have a look here with foreign trade, basic medicine. Still not really something we want to. Yeah, we want to. Yeah, the problem with foreign trade is again super helpful, especially the trading posts and the trading port. The nice thing with the trading post is that you can trade at any time, especially if you're desperate for resources. But the biggest advantage obviously is that it unlocks all of these over here. So I want to queue that up. So as the research is generated, the nice thing is as well, the reason that this is helpful is because it comes up on the actual screen over here. So you can see once it's done, and then once that's finished, you know that it's on to the next, it's onto the next thing that you need to create. Okay. We're not going to sell the fruit gatherer because I want to keep that for when we unlock the next piece of land. Winter is over. Guys, winter is over. Thank gosh. Thank gosh. Our priority, 3 immigrants. Accept them, please. Productivity book. 20% productivity. Every +1 happiness and then passion. So these are building slots. Motivation is every +1 happiness above 60% gives +1 productivity. Which is helpful because at the moment it's 79. But I think we're just going to take this one. Oh, wait, hang on. 20% job happiness, 15% productivity. I like that. The wide smile that spreads across an immigrant child as she enters her promised land. Cool. Love that. The reason why these cards are helpful, so you get these little slots here. You add these cards in, and it basically just gives some extra perks to this specific building. Yeah, like I said, extra productivity is never a bad thing, and job happiness is also. We need to build another house. Just one more house. So we'll just build that there for now. That's great. Farm is almost built. Excellent. Our house research has been completed, so let's show the check tree. So now we've got sake brewing, furniture, pottery. I'm thinking maybe what we do is I mean, furniture and pottery, I suppose, you know, kind of known for, but we'll do this because why not? Everyone loves sake, right? Cool. Would you like to buy a trading postcard for 240? No thanks. Don't worry about that. And trading port, don't worry about that. That's fine. We've got a stone tool shop, charcoal burner, fruit gatherer, fishing lodge. So obviously these will come around quite often as we want to expand. Our food production is currently pretty good, so we don't need to worry about food. What about fuel? We're producing a decent amount. Stone tools we're using a bit, so we can actually buy that card. Actually, no. Actually, what we want to do, rather, is we want to wait until we have enough funds to move over here. This is our next province that we want to claim. And the reason being is because that province has a ton more resources than over here. In terms of trees, fruits, all those good things, right? And this will then give us access to this, which has got the coal area. So that's great. That's exactly what we want. Grape farm, fantastic. So here we can change it from grapevines to cabbages if we want, depending. And that is, again, super helpful. It's perfect to have something like the grape farm here, because the cabbage we realistically can just create a farm and build that anywhere else. All we need to do is create a separate plot of land. And we can start farming cabbage, right? But the reason why the grape farming is great here is because this area specifically is good for grape farming. So you won't be able to farm stuff in every single area, which is quite nice. I really enjoy that. We've reached a maximum of 5 queued card hands, and they were converted all into one wild card. Cool. So let's see what the wild card is. We got a wild card over here. So the nice thing about the wild card is this lets you choose everything. Anything that's unlocked at the moment, you can choose it, which is really helpful. So it's really nice to have wild cards because then you don't have to rely on this. Which is a lesson I learned on very, very late. Let's put it that way. Very late the first time around that I played Kingdoms Reborn. Like I said, as you can see, it's just super relaxing, right? Super chill. We're going to have a good time. We're growing our population. We're producing fish. Each time that these objectives are checked off, we get rewards for as well, which is really helpful. Right now, we just need to wait until we have enough funds to buy this plot. Once we have that, what we can actually do is to speed that up a bit. We can move on. That's a hunting. No, should have actually bought the other trading post when we had the chance. So that's fine. That's great. Once, like I said, 25 people now call your city home. So like I said, as these progress, as we reach these achievements, we get rewards, which is amazing. Love that. We got the sustainability book, which is consume 30 less input for a building, decrease upkeep by 70%, and obviously 20% productivity. Sustainability books are super helpful. They are incredibly helpful, especially for something like this, where we have passion, which is increased productivity, and then we have 30% less input, which means it requires 30% less trees. We did the charcoal conversion, so that's already 30% less input. So this is technically 60% less input that is needed. So it needs 60% less resources to create the same amount of product, which is awesome. As you can see here, it needs 4 pieces of wood for 24 pieces of charcoal. It's amazing. It's really super helpful, and especially for these demanding resources, it's incredibly, well, helpful, you know. Okay. Build a storage yard. Great, we'll get there in a moment. I just wanted to check, do we have access to a trading post? Yes, we do. So, trading post, did I not buy it? I didn't. Great. So the card price has been paid. We want to just bold this over here, maybe? Or do we want to bold this over here? Yeah, let's bold that there. That checks out. I need to build a bigger storage yard. Or another storage yard. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So we go here. We need to do storage yard. And we go there. Cool. Yeah, that checks out. So as we, like, again, as we progress, we might change the layout of our town. We might change the layout of a lot of things. We might change where these houses sit, all of those good things. You can see now that the grapes are being harvested off to our storage area. And again, this is what I'm saying. We can keep them as food. Super helpful, again. But as you can see, our food consumption is significantly more than what we need. So here's where we go to trade. We have a whole bunch of grapes. We can wait for them to come in with all of the stock if we really want to. But what we can do is we can just simply go up here. As you can see, grapes are pretty decent, right? That's 12.88 a grape per unit. So if we sell everything that we have, right? Which we can't do because we can only sell 60 items at a time, which is really annoying. But yeah, we start trading that, and fantastic. And then once that little trading icon becomes available again, we do that and we just constantly sell because we don't need more food at the moment. We'll have enough space to store resources. Cool. Fantastic. That's great. Now we have the resources to claim the province. I'm not going to do that just yet. Reason being is because I just want to trade a bit more, get rid of some of these grapes that we have been building. Winter is here, which means that how much wood do we actually have? Okay, that's fine. So again, we've got coal. Coal will burn in the houses, and yeah, cool, great stuff. Okay, so that's going pretty smoothly. Quest completed. Produced 500 fish. A reward card is cooperative fishing. So I don't know what that means. Every +1 happiness. Oh, it's a happy or a building card. Every +1 happiness above 60 gives 1% productivity to the fishing lodge. Cool. Well, let's do that. To the town hall. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought that was a... It is a building card, but just the wrong building. Cool. Great stuff. So winter is here. Is someone homeless? Population increase +3 because we had births. That's cool. That's cool. Obviously, as you'll see, it's a snowball effect, right? Oh, mind the pun. But there's a snowball effect. So as more and more people like join and whatever, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. So got 2 people who are homeless. I mean, is it worth building a house? Yeah, I guess it's worth building a house. Build a friggin' house. Cool. Yeah, house there is perfect. Okay, we can trade again. So let's do 60 grapes. Not enough money for trade. I don't want to buy. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, we want to sell grapes, not buy grapes. Honestly. Okay. Right. Let's just have winter do its thing. Let's have winter do its thing. We also still want to do a rice breeding, which actually, you know what, we can. Problem is that, yeah, you see, that's the problem. So we can do a rice breeder all the way out here. I guess it's not a bad idea. Not the greatest idea, but it is an idea. Okay. So this province I want to claim. We've expanded our territory. You can choose to spend science on the technology tree or the upgrades tree. And the upgrades tree can be used to acquire bonuses or rare cards. Show the upgrade tree, please. Okay, so as they said, the only problem is this requires the middle age. So we kind of have to get through the dark ages first. And the nice thing is that well, since we've already got the rice breeder, that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. But charcoal burner improvement, again, 30% productivity to charcoal burning. Farming technologies, we'll have a whole host of that. We've got archers, samurais, military engineering, musketeers, all that stuff. So that's going to be super helpful. Again, that's enlightenment and middle age and stuff. So we can't really use that just yet. Let's buy that card for the sake brewing. Rice wine from rice. However, we'll need rice then, won't we? So that's fine. We'll keep that on hand for now. Right. Now what we want to do is clear more area. Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, we still want to clear it, don't get me wrong. Still want to clear it. But let's clear this bottom section first. Let's do that. And then, cool. So that'll create wood and stuff for us. 3 immigrants, let's accept. Sustainability, frugality decreases upkeep by 70%. Gonna take that one again. And I think I want to put that not there. Not the trading post. Let's do passion. Cool. At the fishing lodge. They're helping us out a lot. So this will free up a lot of space for housing, buildings, all that kind of stuff. Again, we have the rice breeding option. Now the problem is that as you can see, that the overlay is fertility now. So it's not that it's bad to put here, it's just not going to be the most fertile place. Where is a very fertile place is obviously over here, but that's fine. And is over here. This is going to be the most fertile area to place our rice breeding, but that is far, unfortunately. So it's fine. We can still do it. It's just that... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Make them into a wild card. No, not a house. A dirt road. And we're just going to extend this all the way there. Cool. That might take some time to build, but that's okay. Once we have that built and squared away, we can then... So there's the rice breeder, and then I think what we can do is let's put the brewery over here along the route, right? So let's gather this area. Let's gather that section. The reason why I'm going to gather is because I don't want to destroy the resources. The resources are going to be super helpful, so it's just easier if we gather it instead of letting it go to waste and destroying it. You know? A daisy flower. What does a daisy flower do? Interesting. It's cute. Okay. Animals are grazing. Grapes are graping. Rice area is ricing. Okay. Cool. So now we just need to create a little bit of farmland. Right? Yep. Which, I mean... Yeah, I guess we can do this section. Yes, I know a house is too far. That's fine. We will build you a house. Yeah, we'll actually build a house close to the brewery. But again, I just want to clear the resources first before we do that. I suppose, you know what, a couple of trees is not going to be the end of the world. It's fine. Let's do a house there. Off in the middle of nowhere. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, we want to trade. Let's trade 60 grapes. Okay, cool. Nice. Things are happening. Things are moving along. We've got 2 wild cards. We really do not have... Oh yes, we can place this down now. It's great. We really do not have too much to worry about at the moment. I mean, stone we're collecting from this little bit here. The next thing we want to start moving into, though, is, as you can see, our middle age requirement is just that we have 10 houses at level 2. Which we'll discuss, I think, actually in the next episode. Maybe leave it for then. And yeah, brickworks, library. The middle age is really where a lot of stuff starts opening up, incredibly so. So it's definitely something that we want to aspire to. And the reason being as was that the library unlocks, or should I say the library is what's going to help us generate more resources, generate more research, sorry, as science points. So that is something we do want to work on. And then basic medicine and stuff we can get to afterwards, which is really cool. And again, the idea that we want to do is we want to get to this little section here. That is a goal, a long-term but short-term goal that we're working towards, so that we can get a coal mine going, and that way we don't have to rely on creating charcoal for keeping houses and stuff going. So yeah, that's pretty much where we want to get at the moment. I just want to wait for our farm and our house to be built, maybe our brewery as well. We've got, like I said, boatload of food happening, which is great, but it's not something to take lightly. And we are selling our excess grapes at the moment, but I think this will probably come in handy at some point, especially a bit later on. Okay, but I think we picked a good area for starting off. I think it's good. Like I said, our medicine or medicinal herb count is low. If you run out of both medicine and medicinal herb, sickness will spread, killing your citizens. To produce medicinal herb, unlock the medicinal herb seeds technology, or build farms and change its work mode to medicinal herb. Alternatively, you can also import medicine or medicinal herb from the trading post or port or company. So that's actually something we can maybe do now. Let's go ahead and create a farm. This is a good area. Got a couple of houses here. So, okay. It will automatically take it as grapes, which is fine. But we can just do cabbage or grapevines or cabbage, apparently. Interesting. Where... Hang on. We might need to unlock... Okay. Medicinal herb seeds. Okay, so we do want to actually have that. Cool. Of course, that's not a problem. Yeah, so here we can do... There we go. Sorry, that's what we need to do. Create medicinal herb. Cool. Yeah. Okay, reached maximum, that's fine. We've got farm. So the farm is currently being built. That way we can start producing rice. Then we can start producing sake. Cool. Okay. What have we got going on here? Storage space. Our storage space is already starting to max out. It's wild. Right. So I think this whole area here, we can use as farmland and different types of farmlands as well, because it's extremely fertile, which is great. So our year 2 summary, we had no increase in population, which is unfortunate, but our increase in revenue is 28 and our increase in science is 4. Cool. Oh no, needs more storage space. Really? More storage space? Okay, let's sell grapes. Great stuff. Yeah, I mean we can even move on to this province, but we don't need to at the moment. I think we're still fine for now. Yep, we're gonna increase the storage. Increase the storage. Cool beans. Let's do that. Couple of boulders on that. Great stuff. So you'll see our town population is 30, but we only have about 15 people employed, which is employed across all these buildings and stuff, and which means we have 15 folks who are free to be either builders or laborers. So it's quite a cool little breakdown, easy to understand once you know about that. And 3 immigrants want to join, so great. Great. Let's do consume 30% less. The reason why is because I've found one thing is that resources can be much easier to manage when you don't have to worry about too much resources being used to create something. Like, for example, we want to use less rice to make more sake. That's just basic, right? Less input, more output. Cool. That's gonna be that. Yep, that's fair enough. That checks out. So we'll put storage next to the actual, you know, rice breeder. Makes sense. Cool. And for now, I think we're good. We're growing, we're trading, we're okay, I don't know who Rowan is. What does that mean? Who's Rowan? Rowan. Oh, Erica has left my town because she's homeless. Well, why didn't she just say something? Damn, Erica. You have to be so extra about stuff. Okay, so while I'm here, I think the last thing we'll kind of do for today is let's build this road like that, maybe? Cool. And then we can build more houses and stuff over here. It is generally very good to have rows and roads within the houses per row, because it's just easier to access stuff, and that does play an important role, especially much later. You know, when we get there. We're generating stuff at a pretty phenomenal rate. We got a sheep ranch that we can do, but we're good for food, so that's fine. Furniture, I'm gonna research this because this is a very good way for us to increase the levels of our houses, and you'll see why. Because we build upgrades tree, tech tree. Yep, that's fine. Pottery. Okay. We'll leave pottery for now. Pottery is a bit of a... Pottery is... Whew, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky to nail down. So unlocked furniture workshop. Yes, I would like to buy it. We want to... Yes, obviously we want to open a furniture workshop. And basically what will happen is this will create furniture. More people will buy the furniture, and then it increases their luxury tiers. So you'll see is you need one type of luxury tier 1 to increase your level. Luxury tier 1 items are beer, cannabis, furniture, pottery, tulips, or sake. So that is basically how you get these houses to increase their levels, and then the more you increase the levels, the further on in the path, I want to say, you can get middle age, enlightenment age, and that's how you advance that way, which is super cool. Super easy to understand as well. Obviously, it's easy to understand once you've gone through it. It's not always easy to understand when you start off, and I scratched my head for I don't know how long, right? We've got the Statistics Bureau. I mean, that's boring. No one wants to play Statistics Bureau, right? I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to worry about statistics right now. Like, who cares? Cool. Right, so as you can see, people are starting to get a bit sick. We've got the farm producing some medicine. And we've reached maximum 5 cards, that's fine. We've got a couple of wild cards, so that's good. Like I said, we're not too stressed on food production or anything else. We're actually running pretty smoothly. Kind of happy with how things are progressing. First house is level 2. We've got the medicinal herb, which is now producing, because obviously they're collecting it, so that's great. So people will kind of stop being sick now. Fantastic. We've got the grapes that are harvesting. We're entering winter, which is fine. And that, I think, will do it for... No, come on, back. There we go. I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is, what's going on, but that's fine. First house, level 3. Great. No idea how the hell did you get level 3? Okay. Interesting. Sure. Oh, right, because it's 3 types of luxury tier 1. So the more items, the more luxury items like sake brewing, furniture, pottery, all that stuff, the more items we produce, the more, or should I say, the more different types of items, sorry, that we produce, the more that they can buy, which means that their houses increase the levels. It would be nice to have them increase a little bit evenly. That's kind of a shitty thing, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right? It's just something we have to navigate around. There's not much we can really do. We can solve that. We've got a boatload of grapes, guys. Like a lot of grapes. You know. Okay. Increase, upgrade, increased load. Oh, so now we can do 120 goods instead of 60 goods. It's actually not a bad upgrade to make, but we'll keep that because it's a bit expensive. We'll just keep that for now. Things are going all right. Guys, we'll leave it here for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this series. I have a lot of fun with these types of games. If you want to see something different, something same, something similar, we've got Astro Colony as well. That was a super cool time. And yeah, like I said, I really hope that you guys are enjoying this. I hope that you guys join me along for the journey, because I'm really excited to get into the Shogunate update for Kingdoms Reborn. Got a year 3 summary, and this is it, kind of ruining my outro. Point being, thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to hit that like button, and while you're there, why not consider subscribing as well. Really helps out the channel, and it helps my little town generate cooler things and have sake and have good times and more grapes, more medicine, all the good stuff. Guys, thank you so much, and until next time, cheers.